tell everyone who you are, how we know each other, what we're doing here, and then I have a couple questions specifically for you, but I want everyone to know who Courtney is.
I'm Courtney.
Hey!
I started very beginning of November.
Working out here, yeah?
Yeah. We came, I think, November 7th. Or, no, it was actually Halloween. We came because I remember Nicole was in her Pooh Bear suit. That's what I remember the first day of coming here.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
Set
funny.
a good tone. No, but we had a good workout, whatever, came in here, got deep into the feelings and all. And I mean, it didn't even
First
start
day.
there. Yeah, which was good. I'm never connecting feelings with working out.
Ooh, I love that statement. We're going to talk about this. This is good. But talk about, real quick, not getting too much of a tangent, first day. What was it like the very first day going to the gym for you?
Here, it was hard. I mean, me and my sister had been working out at our church before, but I mean, working out by yourself, doing your own thing is totally different than coming here with saying, hey, this is your set, workout, and you telling us what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it, and then after I left, I felt, like, hey, okay, maybe this thing's actually gonna work.
Yeah. What was it like whenever you got here and there was a kind of an attention to the emotions?
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, this is important, because a lot of times I get in this conversation with people and we're in here and it's like, hey, I'm wanting to work out today, and I kind of sit back and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And
I was
why haven't you done it
shocked.
before?
I had no idea that was coming. I mean, I knew I was coming here to work out. Caitlin dragged me here, which I'm so glad she did.
Yeah. To get in shape. I'm here to get in shape. I'm here because I want to lose weight and get in shape. That's
and I was like, I'm going to have a killer workout, 30 minutes.
I got a great trainer.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. I'm going to get super fit.
Yeah. I'm going to go home and then do whatever. But no, where you came in here and I was like, okay, he's going to sit here and talk about how much money it's going to cost and blah, 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 and stupid stuff. But no, he cared about us, which was new to me. I mean, it was. So, I mean, it was just a kind of a eye-opener thing to me.
What have you maybe learned, do you think, so far getting into this with training? Because what I always talk about with people is literally the shift of this is all just learning how to think like a champion and how to be stronger mentally, and not even just stronger willpower, but not even just to push yourself, because you can push yourself in the gym and push yourself to work out and eat healthy, but that doesn't help you. That's not like a tool you can use when you eat food sacklers one day and then you feel terrible about it, or that's not a tool you can use when you step on a scale and it's maybe not showing you the results you want. These are the same experiences I've had whenever I was gaining weight and working on eating 10 meals every day and training hard. And these are the same experiences I've had growing a business, where you go, man, okay, I got 100 clients now. That's been the goal forever. I need 120 or 140, and you're building this up. Yeah. You have a metric you're tracking, and whenever it goes down, it can really mess with you mentally. Let's talk about that. What's that experience like? What have you been learning about this? And maybe how to actually go about this and get healthy and lose weight.
Yeah. Honestly, it took me 2.5 months to text him and be like, okay, this is not working. I'm working out. I'm seeing results, but to me, I wasn't seeing enough results.
Okay, that is such a good way to this fact she's interrupted herself.
Yeah.
Because that's the story you tell yourself. Because you had lost 6 pounds. Yeah. Right. I lost 6 pounds. If it randomly happened, we'd be like, hey, hell yeah! In the last 90 days, I've literally just dropped 6 pounds. This is great. Cool. You'd be on cloud 9 if you just lost 6 pounds. But she texted me, and I remember because I remember this day vividly, because of how big of a moment it was. I was coming back from teaching a boot camp, and I was sitting for an hour. I had an hour on my day. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. I'm exhausted. It's been a terribly long day. Yesterday was a long day. I got very little sleep last night. I'm going to sleep. And I went and laid back in my car and put my phone on my chest and was closing my eyes, and I went, and I went and looked at it, and
psych.
And yeah, psych, yeah, see you sleep, see you tonight. And Courtney shot me a text, and it was a very emotional text too. What the hell? I think we're maybe in, if not the first words ever. The tone of the text was, I have been working my ass off. I've been working the hardest I can. I'm really ready to quit. Yeah,
I was just fed up. You go, and it had been, I want to say 3 months. It had been, and I was like, okay, my goal when I first started, I was like, and I looked in 3 months because I was like, that was long term for me, but it's not. It's not. 3 months is nothing.
It's not long term. 3 months.
But I was like, 20 pounds down, and I was like, no, that's easy, putting it easy on myself. But so I look, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm nowhere near my goal.
I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah. And I'm like, why haven't I gotten there? You know, I've worked my butt off. Sure, I've had bad days where I go and sit outside and I cry because I can't get off my butt because I can't move my legs anymore, whatever. And I had a breakfast that was crap that morning.
You have days like that.
So,
what I like that.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I still do, and it's okay. But I get back up and.
Tell me about those. We have never talked about those before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still, like, Friday night, I had a great week. Great week. I meditated 4 times this week.
Wow.
I'm going to do it again today.
That's so good. In the morning?
Yeah.
Do you do it in the morning?
Yes. And that's the best time because you can tell really, like, once you just get up and give yourself time. Like, I usually set, like, 4 alarms, and I started to just set 1 at 5 a.m. So I know, like, if I don't get up, I'm going to oversleep.
Yeah.
Or my baby's going to wake me up, whatever it is.
Yep.
But so I get up and I sit there, drink my coffee, take a shower, and I'm just, like, the whole time I'm in this mindset of, like, gratitude.
Yeah.
And it makes such a big difference on your day. Like,
that's so good.
Choices you make, just everything, the way you react to things, bad traffic, everything. I mean, everything. So, I mean, that has been a huge, like, game changer for me.
Doing something that's really soulful or spiritual, of just tending to, and when I talk about this and I say, like, spirituality, people are like, wait, are you, like, a monk or something, like a Buddhist, or, like, spirituality apart from just, like, your whatever form of religion you practice, like, just your spirit. Like, well, what is your spirit? Like, the part of you that's not your body.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who's in there? It's like, like, I'm here and you can see me every day, but I might be some days, like, really, really sad, or some days really happy. So it's taking time to just be with yourself and to be quiet and maybe to be grateful, you know, for a few minutes. That's really, really awesome. The days that you're, like, you said Friday was the day that was hard?
Yeah, I didn't meditate that morning. I woke up late.
Now, I wouldn't draw like a direct correlation. If we don't meditate, you'll cry. Oh, after workouts, it'll happen every time.
But no, I had, like, we did the power class, and it's like heavy weights, and I just felt like my shoulder has been bothering me. It was just stupid stuff. So I was like, ugh, I don't feel like doing this, you know, just laziness. And so I did half the class, you know, I couldn't really deadlift because it was
just
pulling.
like a lazy day.
Yeah.
I'm just really not wanting to be
I
here.
could have done way more weights, whatever. And so, like, halfway through the class, they were doing some stuff I couldn't really do with my shoulder. So I was like, I'm going to run. So I went and just ran around Walgreens a couple times.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, gotta get back in that mindset. And it was just hard, you know.
Yeah.
In public is still hard for me. I haven't gotten there yet. I
Meditating
will.
in
One
public?
day I will. Yeah. Haven't done that yet.
You learn meditation. When you began meditating in public, that'd be a whole new step.
Yeah. I was moved to outside, which is...
I'm outside of my warm, cozy bed.
But no, so I left here Friday, and I went and got pizza. I was like, you know, I've had a great week. I'm going to indulge, whatever. And got home, and it was terrible. It was greasy and nasty, and I just felt terrible. Yeah. I didn't want it. I ended up having something else to eat. And
So you actually went to, like, hey, I'm going to have a good pizza because I've worked really hard.
Yeah.
This is like a healthy attempt?
Yeah.
Like a healthy attempt at eating food that's, like, typically considered no.
To indulge. But then I was, like, so disappointed because it wasn't something that...
Did you feel guilty at all?
No, I did not. Because I told Nicole the next morning. I got up and went to boot camp the next morning at 8:30.
You're like, hey, I had pizza.
Yeah, and she was like, all right, well, you're here. And I was like, you're right, I'm here.
That's really good. But you're saying it wasn't good?
No. Well, that's what...
Yeah, you eat better pizza places.
It was just like, I have, for so long, I've, like, been like, food is my comfort, and food, this kind of food, like, I sit on my couch to enjoy it, and I just want to relax. And for some reason, that food has played a role in that. Don't know why, but that's the way my mind works.
For a lot of reasons. When your stomach is full, it allows your body to release a lot of relaxation. What is the term? I can't think of the hormone, but it lowers a lot of cortisol levels and makes you less stressed out. When your diaphragm is dropped down, your hips and your sternum is back, it allows your sympathetic nervous system to just breathe easy.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, filling up your tummy is a great way to numb it.
I don't know. I just felt like it was not. I was like, why am I doing this? You know, I don't want it. I just felt like this is.
That's really good.
For how long? I'm like, okay, I've done great, so let me go eat this crap. And So I did that. I was like, all right, you know, like habit. So I did, and it was just like not worth it, you know.
Like a habit? Is it like a habit for you on Friday nights to get pizza?
Well, I mean, just one day a week or one something, you know. Yeah. And plus on top of cooking and all that.
Yeah, that's so good though, because like that was even the experience that I had with pornography was like. Yeah. It was genuinely like when I began meditating, and for each person, it's their own thing. I don't want the purpose of these conversations to be like, hey, everyone go meditate. Yeah. Because like for some people it's meditation. I know some people that it's music they play. Yeah. They play music. They play on the piano. They play whatever violin or something.
Or taking a long shower.
Take a long shower. Take a bath. It could genuinely be playing with a kid and sitting and just deciding to be present.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that the best way to describe it is something soulful, something spiritual.
Yeah.
I've had really great times just cooking my breakfast. Something that is really, really good for your spirit and something good for your soul. Because once you're there and like once in here, it's like, you broke this open, and it's like, how are you inside? Where you're like, actually, I'm doing okay. Like I took time today to either meditate or take a hot shower or went on a walk or play with my kids, and like it was really good for my spirit. And now the option of eating pizza is just an option. It's like the option of watching porn is just, you can do it if you want to do it, but it's like, nah, I'm all right. I'd rather like you're saying, I've really been working hard on this, and I'd rather not. You know, I'd probably rather go and eat something healthy and keep myself moving forward in this.
Yeah, for sure.
In this progression. So.
And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't have days, because I do. Where I'm like, okay, let me just go run through the drive-thru and get something because that's easier, it's convenient, and that's everybody. I mean, in my mind, I think everybody does that.
That's everyone. I mean,
but no, I mean, you have to like prepare yourself for the week, is what I've learned. If I don't prepare, like I food prep my meals for my lunches, and if I don't do that, then that's when I derail and realize that my week gets harder and different things pop up. So
what do you think you've like, has there been any like and maybe if not yet, that's okay, but has there been, because you've been around a lot of really awesome thinking people that you know that abide by a certain methodology and we think a certain way, and has there been any moments where you're like, oh crap, like I have a really bad way of looking at this, or like an epiphany where you're like, oh my god, it is okay to this, or it's not okay to this, or this is actually wow, this is where this comes from, or something like this? Is there any times where like you could, because I never credit people's strategies. Someone's like, hey, I'm healthy because I meal prep. I'm like, great, that's cool. What happens when you stop meal prepping, right? You're like, I'm healthy because I go to this gym and this is awesome. But like, when someone will always be healthy, it's because they have these certain worldviews or paradigm shifts or something like that. So is there anything like that maybe for people that are listening or watching this, I could say, like, if I'm struggling with the same thing, if I'm struggling with losing weight, even food addiction, like, what is one of the little lines of code in their brain that maybe needs to be swapped instead of just giving them a tip on low carb, brownies or something? But like, and those are great, but those are strategies, and we want to talk about the story that people have in their mind. Is there anything like that you could share?
I mean, definitely, like you always talk about mindfulness, and I've never heard anyone, as long as I've been trying so hard to get fit and work out and be happy. I mean,
I love all that. Be fit, work out, be happy, have a sense of purpose. My goodness, but, smile.
I've never connected the two. And I mean, really, as soon as I did that, it was like a switch. I was like, okay, well, this is how this works.
When did that happen for you? When did you connect the two?
Met.
Really? Okay.
It's, like I was saying, it took that long. I listened to all your videos, I hear everything. I'm like, yeah, but it didn't really make sense to me until I finally left the house and went and talked to Braxton.
And that was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
right?
So I've been doing really good. I mean, I threw my scale away.
What? Did you really?
I did. I was horrible. I mean, like, really, every morning, every night, every time I walk in my bathroom. So I tossed it in the dumpster at work, and I was done.
I really love that. That's so cool. That's awesome.
It's too much. I mean, I don't care. People are like, how much weight have you lost? I don't know.
I don't have no clue.
I don't know.
I deleted it on a spreadsheet with the client number.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this at some point.
Yeah, about your numbers.
Well, the numbers were messed up at one point, but I literally worked my hardest on building a gym and having customers and having clients and stuff. And we were using a software called MindBody, and it was tracking our numbers, and we're like almost to 100 clients. Like, hell yes, it's crazy. Boom, we hit 100. It's a celebration. Smoke cigars, hang out. It's good. And then 110, and like 120. And like the biggest gym we've ever had in our city was 126 personal training clients. So we beat that, and it was like 130, and then 135, and then found somebody on the list that had a membership that wasn't a member, and I was like, this is odd. So I went through and looked at for it, and it had been tagging certain people with memberships that weren't members because they still had like these old things in their account. And so I'm like feverishly like going through it, like, oh my god, okay, maybe something's wrong. So like I'm going through and changing all these people, and then literally like in one night go from like working up to having 135 members, hang your pride on that, to literally we had 99 when I got it all squared away, and it was like terrible. It was like terrible, but it like lasted for me. For me, it doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
It's like, but that like to be to give you, I'm a human being, so there's the feeling of like, oh my God, this is terrible. But then very quickly, you go, okay, great. I guess 99 it is.
Move along.
Can't wait to be 200. Let's move on up. But there was a time that that was the big like flub up that happened. That was kind of a terrible setback. But I took the column on our Excel sheet that told us the number of clients we had, and I just took it off for a period of time because I figured, you know what? How would I truly want to be happy? I want to be happy because I'm doing videos like this. I want to be happy because I'm sharing people my heart on how I want them to feel or how I want them to look at the world. I want to be happy because I'm training people. And even though I don't get to do much training now necessarily, I want to be happy because I've got a great team of staff, and every day I have awesome trainers that are doing awesome training, and we have classes, and I want to be happy because of what's going on today. I want to be happy because what I'm doing, and like getting better at it, and getting like excellence in what I'm doing, not because there's a certain number. Because then what happens is, at least for I think for most people, I say for me ignorantly as if I haven't talked to a lot of people and they share the same thing. Like, this is just maybe just me. Like, no, I know for a fact it's thousands of people. It's the fact of like, if not, you find yourself saying, well, I'm at this number now. When I get to this number, then.
And that was my mindset coming into this. But now I'm just like, I don't have a goal weight. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I don't care the way I look anymore. Like, I don't want to sound like ignorant or anything, but I'm so like happy with where I'm at now, and that's the first time that's happened in so long. Like, so I'm so thankful for you, for this gym, and for everybody here. So,
that was really good. The thought of being happy with where you are now.
Yeah.
Talk about how you, and this may be too early for this question, but talk about how do you balance that? Like, I'm saying that because I just kind of figured this out for myself recently. How do you balance that with like, I love where I am?
Yeah. Also
with this but I also want to improve.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, I'm happy with where I am, so now I feel like it's easier for me to work towards being healthier and
that's the coolest answer. That is the coolest answer I could have heard. It's easier for me to work on myself and my health because I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my body. I'm happy with
I feel worth it for the first time. So getting here, killing it, and doing whatever I need to do.
That's so good.
To make progress.
And it's like, it's much easier to work your hardest whenever you feel good about it. Instead of like, oh, I hate myself so much, I need to change my body.
Yeah. To making like dragging yourself to the gym to knock out a workout so you can burn off whatever you ate. I mean, instead of coming because you like it, because you're happy, because you want to keep going. Because
you like, how about instead of thinking about the number scale, you think about like, hey, am I getting stronger?
Yeah.
But here's the thing too, to the people that are like me, that think, well, what about?
Yeah.
Well, what about the fact that you're losing weight anyways? Well, the truth is, our goal is weight loss.
Yeah.
Our goal is still weight loss, and our goal is like still getting super fit and faster and stronger and better. So like, the shift though, that had like, I think people always will like identify with like the most extreme version of what someone's talking about. Like, oh, if you focus on weight, it has to be like every day. Or if you're like, hey, I'm not focusing on weight, and it's like, well, how the heck are you going to lose weight? Well, here's how you lose weight.
Yeah.
You maybe weigh every couple months. You know, and true, you realize that this is a much long term. It's not 90 days.
Oh, yeah.
You realize this is a much longer thing, in the sense that like maybe this is a new way of life.
Oh yeah,
this is the rest of your life is being healthy. You know, and it's like, how about this? Jackwagon, as my dad calls people when they're idiots. Oh, I only lost 2 pounds this month. Great. If you lost 2 pounds this month and you do that every single month, you lose 25 pounds this year.
Yeah.
And most people gain 8. Most adults in the U.S. gain about 8 pounds every single year, 6 to 8 pounds. So great, you lost 25, and you also lost the potential 8. So there you go, you're 33 pounds down.
Yeah.
This is making fun, but you have that, and then you say, oh, well, what about a year from now, right? You have a 6-month-old, 7-month-old now. Yeah. I saw your post the other day, like my last day cuddling with a 6-year-old is so sweet. But you think, okay, great, I'll be 2 years old, like this, in a blink of an eye, and you could either have said, oh my God, I progress so slow when I try to lose weight, it's not fair, life is humdrum and humbug, or like honestly, or you can just like we talked about before, just like let the mind all at once, and just like, I know it's like a kid going like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? In your back seat of your car, and you're like, Nope, we're still
Yeah.
moving. You know, that's the exact place you have to take with your brain, and then you just realize it. Like, oh, maybe I'm not going to lose 50 pounds this month. Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah.
People don't actually lose 50 pounds in a month. Maybe it happens over the course of 2 years.
Yeah. And there are people that are different. I mean, everybody's body is different, and you'll see people who post they lost 30 pounds in 4 months, however much, whatever it is. And you're like, okay, well, why have I not done that? You know, I don't. I think it's different for everybody. How
I'll
do
tell
you
you
lose,
why.
especially if you're.
I'll tell you why. Because people are mentally different.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, I could hijack anyone that I work for's body and have them where they want to be in shape in probably 90 days actually.
Yeah.
But there's a different level of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a different way you go about things. Either you would have there's an advantage you have in your mind.
Yeah.
And that's to the rate that someone constructs that, they'll be able to speed up the progress.
Yeah.
Because like you can see progress and then beat yourself up over a mistake and then digress and then do this, and it becomes this game that's almost more like circular of losing and gaining the first 8 to 12 pounds when someone else you know maybe has a different mindset. That's why a lot of times people in athletics, past athletes, will have a little bit easier time doing it. It's not always the case, but past athletes will have an easier time because it's like in your brain you have that, oh, I know what it is when it's time to work and flip the switch, you know. So yeah, people's body are like, and that's true. People's body are much different. However, the thing that mostly has an effect on the time people take to lose weight is just mentally getting into the cold pool.
Yeah.
Just mentally getting into a cold tub. Just getting ready, getting mentally prepared and where you need to be at in your mind to get it done.
Yeah. And I try, like, I think probably about 3 weeks ago after we met that night, I was like heading towards like beating myself up for like, okay, I'm 3 months in. If I would have just done this, then maybe I would have, lost more, done whatever, or been happier the past 3 months. But I'm like, I'm glad it took the time it took. Maybe I needed that time, to get where I am now. And whatever it took is what it took.
Whatever I learned in that period of time too.
Yeah.
You also talked at one point about like just the whole mom thing. I don't deal with being a bad mom.
Yeah.
I deal with being a bad boss. I have that guilt.
Yeah.
That I've dealt with a lot, and not a whole lot, but it's like if there's one thing you can pinpoint on Brax is the fact that, you know, I do not want to be a bad boss. So the thing my brain does is tell myself I'm a bad boss, so I can do everything in my power to try not to be a bad boss.
Yeah.
Whole time feeling like I'm a bad boss, bad mom.
Yeah. I mean, I still have days where I'm like, did I yell too much? Did I not yell? I don't yell at her yet. She's 7 months. But was I not patient enough? Did I give her everything she needs? You know, give her the love she needs, give her the attention she needs.
Like a good mom would.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm shifting more towards the best mom I can be. I mean, you know, it's hard. That it really is. There's so much mom guilt and there's so much this and that, but
here, let me.
It's just a struggle sometimes.
I would identify with it probably being the same thing. Of like being the way that you feel guilty about, like the way I feel guilty about being a bad boss.
Yeah.
It's probably this. I would imagine the same sense.
I would think.
Our camera died over here. So we're talking about being a bad mom. The feeling of that and saying that you sometimes feel like, you know, maybe you don't do enough or whatever.
Yeah.
But now your perspective is.
Yeah, like I'm the best mom that I can be, and I give her everything I can give her, and I mean she's happy. We're a happy family. So.
These are the reasons that you'll be successful.
Yeah.
With weight loss. These are reasons that you'll do well.
Mm-hmm.
Is because people genuinely don't, and I hope these videos continue to put this point across.
Yeah.
Number one, people don't lose weight. That's like number one, people do not lose weight. Take all the people that have an interest in losing weight, and then who's actually working on it.
Yeah.
And out of those people who's actually losing weight, you know, and see how close my ring fingers are together. And then out of those people who actually keeps it off, 96% gain it back.
Yeah.
Why? Because they thought they were a bad mom. Mm-hmm. And you can't keep up habits that are good for you and healthy for you, and things that are good for your soul and your spirit to take time out of your day. If you feel like I'm too stressed as a CEO of a company to take time for myself, or I'm too stressed as a mom to ever do this, or I need to be always on my toes for my my child, instead of realizing like, hey, to take care of humankind, to take care of the body of people in the world, this also includes me too.
Yeah.
If I'm going to actually be a caretaker for the people in my life, then I have to begin to, and this is another whole other conversation, but detach from myself and say that, there's not this thing of me, and when you need to sit, the same way if I came to you and said, like, man, I'm really hurting, I'm really having a lot of pain, you'd be like, well, hold on, let me let me put this up, I'll put this, and then I'll come over there and we'll sit down and we'll talk. The same way you did when you texted me and you're like, hey, I'm really hurting. It's like, okay, well, sure, I'll do a nap later. Let's go talk about this. And you take care of the people that you love. And for some reason, we think that we're not someone that we love, and maybe sometimes we don't love ourselves. But you definitely should, because if you're going to have long-term success with weight loss and getting in shape, these things are important.
You come first.
Hey, all right, cool. Do you have anything you want to leave our wonderful 30 viewers with?
30 viewers.
3 of them are
me being one of them.
Yeah, no, right. All right, 26 people.
I don't know. Just seriously take time for yourself, because it will really change the way you do everything, every aspect of your day, of your life. It revolves around you, and it should. You should take time for yourself.
Wonderful. If we could continue the conversation for everyone when it comes to getting in shape and getting healthy and weight loss, as not a perspective of fitness, but as a perspective of habit change. We're changing habits. So then you go to behavioral change. How do we change behaviors? Well, what made us do the things we're doing now? Well, there's this utter sadness that I have right now, and I need to make a change on this. So how do you begin to make a shift? Well, it's stuff like this and conversations like this, and it's people being honest and vulnerable and crying at a coffee shop.
Yeah, going out of your comfort zone, for sure.
Well, sounds good to me. Peace.